Okay. So as I was discussing about these users, right? So we should also understand like what roles are there, right? When business implementation happens, right? SAP implementation. So super users are the one who work as from the implementation team. They interact among end users. They use they are as a link. They act as a link between the end users and the consultant, right? And who are they defined? They are like one who knows the business process well. Okay, and these are the persons who uh, are responsible, right, after go live and all. They have better understanding of SAP, right? As a whole, they are not like, because end users, every time what happen, that end users are basically the one, those who don't have access to configurations. Okay, now do you want to say something?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me. Hello.
No, no, I haven't.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, so because end user, see, end user the one who go through the process, those who do the they access SAP, easily access, they access the transactions, right? They access invoice posting and all. So someone responsible for customer invoice posting, right? They do the posting and all, or they might not be even allowed to do the posting also, right? I will tell you that document posting options are there. You come to know like parking, holding, and posting. Three kind of status are there for a document to be posted. So end user many times are not allowed to post even, right? They're not allowed to post. They do just do the parking and or holding of the documents, right? Whenever they enter the invoice entry, they just do the they enter the data and then they park it, okay? And then the super user who comes up, right? Are there who post it, just validate, verify, okay, all entries are fine and all as per SAP, everything is entered correctly or not, and then they post it. Okay, so these kind of users are there, and as a consultant, when we work as an implementation team, we part of, we mainly interact with the SAP super users, or we call them power users also, or the business owner, process owner also, right? So I hope these two users roles are clear, and when we working as a consultant, you can understand, right? When someone talk, okay, fine, because many these words are used. Okay, fine, we are going to talk with the power users. Let's contact it. Okay, the all end users, right? So end user are the one where user acceptance testing happens, right? Training happens. Okay, UAT many times happens with the some end users are there, because end user are the one who daily go through that particular transactions and all, right? So these are the person who end of the day will be working. Okay, so these persons should say okay to the solution which is provided, right? So they are also important, right, in the front end, right? Uh, and if anything they are not able to understand, then we need to make them, okay, fine. SAP works like this. This will not work like a, like if we have Tally object and SAP, right? So some company moved from Tally to SAP something. So we will say, okay, fine, this is not working like that. That was Tally thing. Tally, the Tally we do like that, but in SAP we have to do like that only. Okay, some extra step might be there and all those things. So this we need to make them understand, and this become an issue also. As a consultant, to make them understand this. So many times they say no to that. Okay, I'm not going to take this much history passing and all those things. So what happened? Many. So that's what, when the role comes from standard solution, we go to customization. Okay, because end user raised the request like, no, no, I, because as we go through down the line, we will see for customer invoice posting, so many entry we need to do, right? So many times they, no, in Tally we are not used to do like that. Okay, this is taking too much time for me. I can't do. I have to do so many invoice posting and all. This should be automated. Automatic something should be there. Some buttons should be given to us. So then we do some customization things. Okay, some development happens, some customization happens. Those all things then we do as a consultant. Then we get in touch with the business process owners or super users to understand the business process as a whole. And because end user might be doing invoice posting only, right? But then payment and all those options come, then interaction will be there, then integration will be there with other things also. So those all things who knows, those also super users knows. So we as a consultant interact with them then. Okay, then we give a solution, and then again this particular solution go to end user. They say, okay, fine, now we are okay. Okay, we need to just click on one or two buttons. This is understandable. Okay, fine, I want to do that. So actually, initial phase of project implementation, this doesn't happen because end users are not that much familiar. They want to also understand SAP. But as after go live 2 3 years, okay, when the support force, then these all kind of requirement, customization requirements comes up. Okay, no, no, we used to do like that. I'm not. This is not helping. This is time taking. Something like that happens. Okay, so these all role of users and all, and how as a consultant we should be aware of, right? So I hope I'm clear here, right? So now, any question, guys, on the role of users in SAP?
No.
Okay, fine. Let's move on. So now let's understand projects, right? SAP projects. What kind of projects are there? So generally we have mainly which we work on, right? We have SAP implementation projects. Then we have next is SAP support projects. Then we have SAP upgradation projects and SAP rollout projects. So four kind of projects always happen. Okay, and we as a consultant works among any one of them. So first understand our implementation project. So what this implementation project mean? It means that company wants to implement SAP first time in the organization, okay, as a whole, and they might be using some legacy system earlier, but now they want to implement SAP, right? So what role as a consultant we play there, right? So as I told you, right, we need to configure the business requirement of the system using our SPRO, IMG implementation guide. Those under those nodes, whatever module we are responsible for, we do those particular area configuration. And of course, when they implement SAP, they will not be implementing only finance, right? They will be having some business processes. They might be into manufacturing. They might be into productions. Sorry, they might be into purchasing business only, right? They might be into so like in the system in a business, we say mainly like the manufacturing, purchasing, or selling. Like three, we can say like three mainly happens, right? We purchase as a businessman when we're up and running, they purchase something. Customer there's the requirement. If they have it, if they have the manufacturing unit set up, so they produce that particular article or item or whatever business customer product, okay, and they sell it, right? So or otherwise if they don't have, then they purchase from third party, okay, so then that particular purchasing model come into picture and then they sell it. So or even peoples are there, right? So HR management and all those things are there. So even HR module, payrolls and all those things take there. So this is an integration module, right? So several integration modules comes into picture, and then all modules specific customers are there. Sorry, consultants are there, right? So like HR consultant, SCM consultant will take care of his module, and then PP consultant or MM consultant will take care of purchasing or manufacturing modules. Then sales consultant, SD consultant will take care of sales and distribution module. Okay, and as a finance consultant will be taking care of FI and CO modules, right? So integration among them happens, how accounting entries should flow, right, from SD to finance, then MM to finance, then HR and all those payrolls happening, right? Because at the end of the day, this is impacting our finance and all. So integration among them happens, right? Then when the system is ready, testing is done, all those things done, then we need to move data, right, from legacy system to SAP system, because we can't ignore our data. So we have that particular tools available and all those things. So we take care of data migration from legacy system to SAP system. Many times we need to do the mapping. Okay, we need to do the cleansing and all to make data available to SAP system, right? So that total master data team is there who take care of all those data migration. All the specific setup team is there to take care of data migration from legacy to SAP system. Then many times we need to interact, right? So as a consultant, functional consultant also, okay, we need to prepare some interfaces or RFCs. As I told you, right? We just do the what we are expecting. Then technical teams are there, right? Technical developer are there who will those who will design our interfaces and RFCs using coding and all to interact between our if non-SAP systems interaction is needed in the organization, or if they have another SAP system there, right? Then testing, document preparation, user training, etc. These all things we used to take care, right? So this all happens when implementation happens. As a consultant, these all things we do. Okay. So this as a consultant, our role is. Then comes the support volume. So what happened once implementation done, right? After that, production system is there. Our system goes go live. Daily operations happens, right? But in the SAP, what we as a consultant or support, we need to get involved also, because in operation when they're doing daily things there, many times some issues comes up, right? But some many times what happen, many times they give wrong data, right? In the user, they enter wrong data, right? Though we train them, but it happens, right? Or many times what happen, production operation down the line after 2 3 years, some new business process comes into picture, right? So if we have to implement that. Then what happens, support phase, small implementation happens in customization happens in our production, also in our development quality. We do some small customizations. change requests are raised, okay, and then we move to again to production and we tested in our pipeline. So these are all part of our support projects. But what most important thing is that in support projects we raise tickets, right? Tickets are get raised, right? So there should be some ticket handling tools are there. When SAP provides like solution managers there, which take care of your implementation process also, which take care of your support projects also. Even third parties ticketing tools are HPLM are there. Nowadays this Jira and all those coming into picture, right? Jira ticketing tool SAP is using. You will listen to that also. So those all are there. So many ticketing tools are there. So ticketing tool is very important in SAP support project. And as a consultant, what we do in that, uh, when some issue comes up in the production system. So what happened? A ticket, right? The user will raise the ticket, okay, which will come to, of course, the power user will be in the process, right? Why they are? They need to validate whether this issue which is raised is it SAP relevant, okay, or they have some data entry issue is there, okay. They might have not issued some data, or they might not followed some particular steps to the thing, right? So because in many time what happened, the user because of not that much awareness, they raise the ticket. So super user many times do power users come into picture, do that. If they are not coming, then we have to acknowledge, and we have to analyze the issue. We say okay, if it is a some data maintenance issue, something master data not entered correctly, or data not entered, or some process which defined is there that they are not following. So we tell them, okay, you have to follow these steps, then it will work. And we or if some real issue is there, then we analyze it, and then we provide solution to the particular to the end user or client, we can say, right? Those objects. And once solution is provided from development, quality, again production, right? We design the development system, then move to quality for testing and all those things, integration testing, and again all this happens, and then it moves to the production. And we get the confirmation from the client, okay, fine, starting fine, and then we close the ticket. So this what happens in support projects, and this what our role is. Then we need to understand, like, after these two projects are there, like implementation and support, so many times upgradation projects also happens, right? So what happened in upgradation projects, excuse me. In upgradation projects, what happens, like SAP is already implemented, right, in some system in an organization, right? Now they want to upgrade it, okay. Means like earlier they were using R3, then they want to move to ECC, or they were using ECC and they want to move to S4 HANA, right? So these kind of projects are called upgradation projects, okay, where we move from older version to new version. SAP system both place. The upgradation projects basically work like implementation projects only, but more than functional, many technical work is more there, right? Because we are upgrading our software version, right? 4 points, let's say from R3 to ECC. So more technical works happens. Then many times what happen, like they are anyway, module wise or our solution wise, many times some changes are there, right? So we just as a function consultant, we what we do, we just need to be sure, okay, fine, whether new system like from ECC to HANA, if you are moving, whether GL and all those things are being taken care properly, mapping are there or not, configuration which are needed in our S4 HANA, if not available in ECC. So do that, and data should be mapped, migrate, conversions of data should happen like that, okay. And it, and then as per implementation process, we do it, okay. So upgradation project is like when we are upgrading our already SAP is implemented and we are upgrading to the new version. Okay, so this is called upgradation project or migration projects. Like many times in our system, we go from Windows nowadays, like everybody knows Windows 10 from Windows 7 or whatever they have, right? So Windows XP was there, then Windows 7 comes, Windows 10 comes, right? So we just relate there. Whether from Windows XP direct we want to come to Windows 10. Okay, so that kind of decision is taken care there, or whether we move first Windows XP, then go to Windows 7, then Windows 10, right? So I just want to interact with you guys here. I just want to tell you guys something here, right? Uh, is it possible to move directly from Windows XP to Windows 10?
The process there.
Sorry.
process would be there.
Yeah. Okay. So of course, actually in practical example, what is that? Many times we just go for fresh Windows 10 implementation. Okay. Uh, we say forward it all and do the. But from Windows 7, proper process is there to go to Windows 10, right? Which Microsoft also support, right? So similarly in SAP also, uh, in if our SAP system is in ECC, right? So Enterprise Central Complex R3, which earlier version was there, right? And if you want to move to S4 HANA, so let's put here SAP ECC EHP8. Okay, we should have this enhancement package here there. Then we can easily migrate to S4 HANA. Okay, but if anything less than EHP8, okay, let's say if we have EHP 7, uh, 7, right? So first, technically, we should upgrade to EHP8. Okay, then we will be able to move to S4 HANA. Okay, just for our technical, this is basically technical step, but yeah, so as a consultant in SAP domain, we're working, you should know that. Okay, so like from SAP ECC EHP8, if we there, we can directly migrate to right? Otherwise, if we are less to so first we need to migrate to HP7, update to HP8. We need to come to relevant this and then move to S4HANA. Anything less than HP8 version is there, right? So just this might also come somewhere. They might someone ask, right? If you want to do upgradation, what is the minimum requirement is there, right? So that's why I try to just highlight it. So this was the part of upgradation project. So this is the upgradation project. Then we come to rollout project, right? There is also you will learn or you will hear a lot about the rollout projects. So what this rollout projects means? See, rollout projects means like when we do implementation, right? First SAP implementation, whatever is there. So first it is like if multiple organization companies there, like multiple MNC is there, right? So what they do, they first implement in any one specific country, right? Which and they try to say that the country which take care of all the business processes across like group they are. So maximum and they will implement there. Okay, and after all successful implementation happens after 1 2 years, if everything happened fine, production system is going good and all those things, and they have analyzed, okay fine, this is good to move to SAP S4 HANA or wherever they are test SAP whatever version they move to. And if they are interested, right, if they so what they do, okay fine, let's move to other countries also. Why I'm saying like at once we don't do, because see, every country have their own legal requirements also, right? Every country has their country specific laws and all, right? Country specific things happens, right? And even business also, like it might be like for the business in one country they might be doing manufacturing, right? As you can see, like Western companies manufacturing a lot of the time they do in the China, right? Because their taxes, labors, all those costs are less, right? So they do the manufacturing business there. But in other countries, they don't do the manufacturing business. They just do the selling kind of things, right? They do the retail kind of business or all those kind of things they take care, right? The directly interaction with customer and all. So it happens many times, right? So country specific requirement, legal requirement also there, and company also have different setup done in different countries, right? So what happened? First, they implement in one country where, or one country where they have they can cover maximum business processes as per their company. And once they do, then they move the same solution. Solution will be same to different countries, but of course there will be custom country specific requirements will be there, right? Country specific changes will need to be done. Okay, so these kind of projects are called rollout projects. Two scenario can be there, right? One like already they have 4 5 offices across globe, and one they have implemented one like in they implemented in US first office, then they want to move to implement the same solution to India office, right? Same solution, but with respect to India legal laws adhering to that, those kind of things. So right, okay, so the same solution will be implemented here. All things will be there. They will what as a consultant we do, we take care of the parent companies, they refer that and do the changes here. And if anything is specific needed to do with respect to that particular country or that particular company code, we do the chat changes, right? And second scenario will be like um, if merger and all those things happens, right? Companies as per HANA implemented, and then again some new merger happen or new company is a acquisition happens and all those. So we move that particular solution to these merged or actually new company which is merged company could be created with different businesses. So we will just move same solution there, okay, uh, and we will implement that, right? So, so this covers our rollout projects. So I hope this kind of projects, type of projects, if someone comes up and say that, okay, fine, we have an implementation project going on right now in my company, or if they say, no, we are working on support projects, or if they say, no, no, upgradation is happening in my company, or no, no, we are part of the rollout projects, or someone like, if you also like, after the training and all those, you are ready and you want to go for interviews and all those, right? So you may ask, okay, what kind of projects you have, right? Company, which projects, kind of project I'll be part of, right? So they may say you, okay, you'll be the rollout project, or you'll be doing our support project, or you'll be part of our implementation project or upgradation project. So you will understand, right, what they want to say and what my role will be there, right? So I hope I made myself clear with the projects, SAP projects here. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Hello. Any question? Hello.
No.
Okay, thank you. Let's move ahead. Now I was talking about testing and a lot of testing I was talking about, right? So let's um, uh, basically this four kind of testing we do, right? Even so, I talk about unit testing, right? So unit testing we do in the development system, as I talked earlier also. I will just quickly cover this because we talked a lot. So it will easily be covered. So anyway, this is standard also, not only SAP specific, right? Any system, any software system we do is all kind of testing methodology or are there, right? But it's already set up. So it should not be that difficult to understand for us. But let's understand in SAP specific these kind of testings we do. We do the unit testing, right? Whatever initial configuration we do in the development system, okay? And all if any customization we did or any, with the help of any SAP developer under like coding happens, favorite developer or a web developer are there, right? So if any kind of so those all is specific to what that particular application, whatever that changes should do, that unit testing we do, okay, in the development system. Then, as you all understand that the multiple modules get involved, multiple platforms are there, right? Many times SAP and non-SAP systems get involved, right? So we need to perform integration testing also, whether it is interacting properly with, it should not affect other modules working, okay? If any configuration changes we are doing, any GL account changes we are doing, so how it is impacting our SAP system and all, okay, sorry, SAP as a whole, as a sales or team should be aware of that or not. Okay, if you are doing any changes with respect to sales and distribution module integration, so sales and distribution team should be aware of that, right? Or we should have to be discussing with them also. So these all kind of integration we do in the integration testing things, and mainly we do that in quality system. And as I told you, like specific tester integration testing is done by specific person who are assigned as a test in the role of tester, right? They know or integration in they are aware of, right? They are, because they are, if they don't know, they are trained like that. If they are aware of the business process more than consultant, which we do, right? Sometimes we focus on one module which we are doing, but integration testing that should be done by one who should be aware of all SAP, non-SAP systems and all those things. Implication, what is it will, any changes will do. So those tests we do in the quality, and if any problem happens, they come back to us, and we discuss, and then we if needed we do the changes, or we discuss and we close them. So integration testing done, and then after that solution is tested properly, then what happened, we go for user acceptance testing, right, where end users get involved because they are the ones who will do the daily activities, right, day-to-day transactions. So they should be satisfied, and they should be agreeing that, okay, fine, whatever solutions comes up, it's useful to us, right? Otherwise, if it's not useful to them, an individual is taking, right, 5 days to do a job, right, or 5 hours, and they're expecting, no, they should be doing in 1 hour this thing. Okay, so if solution is not aligning with them or as per their requirements, so no use of such solution, right? So user acceptance testing is very must to move if you want to move a solution to production. So we interact with them, they do the testing, okay, and Then we get a proper sign up from them, and all things are done. Then we move to our solution to production. Now I have mentioned here parallel testing, right? So parallel testing also very important to understand. Like when our system go live and all those things happens, right? This happens. So let's say because we can't test everything solution at a time, right? Because it takes big business processes are there, and it's go live in the production also. Though we all solution designing all those happens, right? How our system should be and to be and all those, but then also sometimes many businesses they want to do parallel testing also, that whether solution was working correctly as per legacy system, all business processes are taken care, okay, and is it performing similar way? Though, like in Tally, they will be having, but whole the process which is there should not be changed, or is performing the same process is done or not, right? So the parallel testing of the legacy system and our production SAP system are going on. It takes 2-3 months more than that also. And once they are satisfied, okay, fine, they are working both places properly. But it means like main idea behind having parallel testing done is to check whether whatever we have, right, whatever we have earlier, or whatever solution we have, uh, is that relevant or same process, or it's not like okay many processes are missing, right? Anyway, so much business designing and all those things happen, sessions happens. So much things we do as per methodology we follow. We do the project preparations, we do the business meetings, we with the requirement gathering, all those things we do, right? As is to be, we design and all this. But then also once system is live, then let's check whether it is working properly or not, right? So that's why pilot testing purpose is, right? And once they are happy and all those things, so then what they do, they scrap their legacy system again on down the line 2-3 years they do that. But they it's not like that SAP production system comes into picture and they will scrap the legacy system. It's not like that, okay? Right? So I hope with the testing we are clear, right? Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay. Fine. So we are clear with this, right? Testing we clear, right?
Right.
Okay. So I hope this is interesting for you guys, right?
Right.
It's good to know. I know I totally understand that still we are into like the fourth session, but still not into live and all. But I think these all things are very important to understand as a consultant, right? We should know all this. It should not like directly going to system and doing the changes and all this, right? So that's why we should know
They may
this.
think we cannot. It's good actually, but you are putting everything, beginning itself. At least we know we'll get that sense.
I'm just missing your voice. Can you just repeat yourself?
Now, what I'm saying is, instead of directly see, earlier two consultants has taken class. In fact, first one they just directly taken me to SAP.
SAP directly, yeah. Same thing
Yeah,
happened to me also.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what we are doing, we don't even know. He just keep creating GL and he says CS5. So absolutely, this effort is very good. Only one suggestion I have is
Yeah,
this.
please.
I don't ask you to send PPT. At least you can share this through PDF, right? So that we can use this like material.
No,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
no,
sure.
sure. It will be shared with you guys. Okay, this is for this specific class purpose. So I will share with you guys that the PDF will be shared with you guys. No problem. I will share that. Okay.
As PPT.
So study AJ study material we can utilize this one.
Yes. Sure. It will be with you guys. No problem. It will be shared. No problem. Okay. Okay. So till testing we are done, right? Now let's understand methodologies. Like we were talking about that day. Prakash has asked like, okay, are we following any methodologies to implement these projects or not, right? Because when we talk about methodology, that these are very important, right? Because uh, as you told, right, anything which we do, right, it should be any process, correct? So as you are highlighting that earlier when you taken classes, they directly go to SAP system and you are doing coding configurations, all those things are taking place, right? But if we go through process, right? So first thing is you should know, okay, what SAP as a software is, how it get evolved. You should have your interest, right? Why I should go for this software, what it plays role. So that's why I'm taking these sessions to make you go be cool with SAP, be comfortable with SAP itself, because this is a very big module. Even when you work as a consultant, right, you will see, even I'm working from last 11 years, but still so many SAP solutions are there which I haven't interacted with, right? And so many solutions I have interacted, so many people, other people are not interacting. Even in FICO also, so many areas, sub modules are there which people don't get to work, right? As I have worked with many, I haven't touched itself because business processes and all those things. So that is a big, vast thing, right? And that can't be covered in the 2 months whatever training period we have, right? So thing is, you get your point should be like you should get process, you should get interested, and you should understand. Okay, fine, what SAP is, right? Then take it as a career. Okay, you can. So that's how this. That's why. So similar happen here. If you go for implementation, it's not like directly go, okay, fine, as is to be, okay, fine, okay, the trial and error we will do, okay, this is your solution right now, let's implement, it's like that, okay, this is the GL account we will create and all those things. No, what SAP says, don't go into that thing, right? Because then user become, there's just follow a process. So SAP follows this SAP methodology, which in earlier it was used to follow, right? Funny part is, even now also, though many places as for HANA is implemented, but people are, the consultants are, right, old school. So still they are many times, they say they are following Activate methodology, but many times it's happening that they are in the way they are following SAP also. But they are somehow related also, right? There is no issue. They are related tech methodologies. But only thing is, when I talk about SAP methodology, this is a, if you understand, like, or like a software, or if you are somewhere interacted, there is something called waterfall methodology, right? Where there's step by step, right? Like this stairs or step by step methodology we do. So here, like, one step, project preparation is done. Okay, here what happened, we do the planning and preparation for your SAP project happens to be as is to be is defined here, right? Okay, this is my as is solution. Then consultant, experienced consultant get involved. Many times solution architect people get involved, or senior principal consultant, this kind of people who have watched 15 years or 10 to 15 years of experience, those people get involved here because they have more industry experience and all those things. So as is and to be, they get involved. They provide the, they say, okay, fine, this is your as a solution, and this is our SAP capabilities. Okay, as per capabilities, we will give you this much solution. Will be solution will be like this. Okay, whether you are asking like this, but because of SAP things and all, we can't do like that. We have to implement it like in this SAP proper way, right? Because see, you can imagine, you can't say that, okay, fine, SAP should work like Tally, right? It will not work. Okay, SAP has its own. So what happened? If you're passing any invoice and all those things to tallies and all those things, so this will be mapped to SAP, but SAP has their own transaction codes and all those things, they how process it will manage, right? So these all things are defined in project post production in SAP methodology. Then sign off happen, okay. Then what happened, as is and to be, whatever discussion happens there and all those things, we go for business blueprint. Okay. Again here we document the business process requirement of the company. Okay, what will the to be solutions and all those things will be there. And then we document all those things. And believe me, many a times this business blueprint in an organization takes 1.5 years. Okay. I have been part of a project where business blueprint had taken more than 15 months. So this is such a vast process, right? A lot of discussion happened. And what happened as a consultant, what we do, we discuss that, and in the sandbox system, right? At the starting, we don't have this quality and all those system. Client doesn't give it. They come with the development sandbox, customer those system. Okay, fine, configure, see what SAP solutions are available. So we check on sandbox systems. Okay, this is the solution they're needing. Okay, if anything changes required, we tell them, okay, this is not possible here in this version. Okay, and this, as per that business blueprint, we do the documentations. After documentation done, sign off done, then we move to realization phase, where whatever designed in business blueprint done, right? Those we implement in the business. We design our functional specifications. As a consultant, we do functional specification, and if any development needed, the developer do the technical specification, and then we design the solution. where all our testing, unit testing, and quality testing and all those things. These all things happens in realization phase. Unit testing and all those things happens here. Then what happened? We go for final preparation. What happened in the final preparation? This at the final preparation stage, our solution is in the quality system. Okay, just understand. This is in the quality system, and we do the integration testing. Even it's not like that integration testing we should only do in the quality system. We can do in the development system also, right? We can like the proactive. If you want to be proactive, we can do the solution integration in development. But what I'm saying here, trying to say, development system data is not always very much accurate. Okay, or so because everybody do development, everybody do something, they maintain some kind of data, like as when you get practical, right? You also maintain your data over there, and all those things might be allowed, right? And data is not aligned to other things or not relevant to business again in development system. Many times happens, right? So we move to quality system where we do the proper integration testing and all. Okay, proper quality testing we say sometimes, and even UAT is done there, right? User acceptance testing in the quality system. One box we can maintain. In the user training also happen there in the quality system. So real time relevant data. Now, when I say relevant data, how it is relevant data? In the first time, whether either it will be from legacy system coming, okay, relevant data will be there, or if it is implemented, right? What it is implemented on data. So either it will be copy of production system, right? If it is go live in the support phases, quality system is data is copy of that particular production system. So once all this testing and all those happens, we have prepared, okay, integration testing done, user acceptance testing done, everything that is fine. Then we cross our finger and we go for go live. Okay. And as per business requirement, our whole operations get, on hold or shut down for some time. Okay. When you go live on productions, uh, you might have also seen many times message comes up, okay, it's just like a Windows startup, okay, whether it's in the background starting and all those things, right? So new features get provided. So that kind of thing, go live happens with a finger cross. Everyone works like 1 or 2 years, like big organizations happens. This things comes after 1 or 2 years of hard work, of consultant businesses, all those things. Then go live happens. Data comes here, but before that, we do the cutover activities, right? What are cutover activities now? So this is very important. They can ask, right? In your interview, this can be asked. Okay, what are cutover activities? So cutover activities are about where we move all our data to production. Okay, our master data is created over there. It should be all because see, before moving all configuration and all to production system, right? We should have our master. I will just make you understand, like you said, the GL and all should be prepared, right? So we should have all our GL master data, customer master data, vendor, and all tons of organizational structure and all those should be available in the production system. So these whatever activities take care of those. All our master data or relevant data, right? Or whatever configuration should be there before we go live should be taken care in the cutover activities, right? So all those things moves over there. And so after all things are done, our solution moves with respect to transport request, CTS and all those things. Our system is live and support is done. Okay, and then continuous support happens, right? So I hope I'm clear with this SAP methodologies, 5 steps, right?
I have one question.
Yes.
Now, any name in SAP HANA, any name changes is there
Yeah.
or same?
No, yes, that's what I'm saying. This SAP methodology was with respect to R3, okay, and it has its limitation. As I told you, this is waterfall methodology, or you can say step-by-step process, right? So here you can see if anything issue happens in realization phase which is not aligning with the business blueprint, right? So it takes time. It gets old. Then we again go back to a business blueprint phase. We again discuss with the team. Okay, this solution will not work, though we have worked at that time, but right now this solution is happening. Or if business user during the project preparation, business prepare time, they were not coming with that particular solution, right? But in realization phase, when it's happening, when we did this testing, or in the final preparation, we did some testing, they said, no, this solution should work like that. Okay. Then we again need to move back to realization blueprint and all those things. But this again take time because in every process there was sign off involved, right? And so this again go to discussion loop. Okay, and as I can say you that it's a step by step process. So what SAP methodologies, as per SAP methodologies, what it says, like once we are done with the realization phase, so we are done. Okay, but real time environment this doesn't happen, right? every time within 2 years, some software upgrade happens, right, in SAP itself. Now business comes up, no, I want that software upgrade. Now we are, oh, what to do now? Because so in SAP methodologies, step by step, we are not able to do that. Or if do, then it takes a lot of time. So what we do, we say, okay, fine, let's implement this, let's go with that, then we'll do the upgradation now, right? But this not happened in the live environment. Okay, this was good somewhere back there, but after 2010 or 2015, this is not like SAP itself evolving very fast, right? Having HANA and all those things, cloud and all so many things are happening. So accelerated SAP methodologies was not working, right? So that's what SAP what it did. They come with another one, okay, which they call Activate methodology, right? So basically, process wise, they have same steps, right? Kind of theoretically, they have same steps. But what Activate methodology have in uh, ex like extra or which is good for for project implementation, it has continuous content lifecycle management with innovation, right? So if any such changes comes up, right? So it's not like that. Okay, fine. Business blueprint done. We are not going to do anything right now, or we are not taking care of sign off and all of this. Right, once done. Though it is good, right? It's not like this would come up every time. Okay, now we want to change this process and all those things. Or we want to upgrade this thing and all. This should not be allowed. Otherwise, it just take a lot of time. But if they want, their activate methodology allow that. If you follow this methodology, we can do it. Okay. And in this methodology, what happened? First, see, basically this is a 4 step. Okay, this is a 5 step. Okay, but activate says to be a 4 step. Prepare, explore, realize, deploy. Okay, and as per the steps, they do proper steps are followed. Okay, what we do there is explained here. But we also have discover stage here. Okay, so what SAP do in activate methodology follow as for HANA implementation, because this product is new and all those. So experience trial systems are there, okay, for cloud solution, not for on-premise. Okay, on-premise something different, right? There's big, but for cloud solution, whatever do, they have a discover phase where business can come with the and they trial, they do the trial. Okay, they have a model because see right now what happened, SAP has so much a big experience. They're working from last now around 50 years in project, right? They have implemented so many business processes and all, right? So what they come with their own best practices, right? Like if say business is the manufacturing industry, process industry, right? So they will come, okay, fine, or retail, okay? So they will come with a solution over there. Okay, fine, this is the retail solution, this is the trial version. Okay, you can go there, you can trial. Okay, is it matching your expectations and all? Okay, model company. So they can, so now user can business can trial. You go for a trial. Okay, okay, but these are solutions there. We want this. So they are like more clear, right? Understanding my point? So they can go for a trial also, right? So SAP provide that in the discover phase. Okay, what solution they want, what extra they want. Okay, whether they want to implement SCM, CRM or not with SAP or not. Okay, so they can try these all things. Okay, so after this experience trial happened, we activate methodology. What happened? We come to prepare phase where fit to standard based on SAP best practices, right? So what I say SAP best practices, I am saying these are the solution which SAP already defined, okay, provided as per best practices. They say best practices because this is coming from down the line from 50 years of SAP itself experience, right? So they provide best practices for any business processes, and if it is aligning with the business, they implement as it is, right, with activate methodologies. If not, then some minor customization also happens, right? Okay, so today's session is also from that. Okay, so let me quickly cover activate methodology and then we will start from tomorrow also. I think it's too much also, right, to understand. But anyway, methodology, let me cover methodology. So, so that's why fit to standard based SAP best practices are there. So here in preparation phase, we assign as is to be thing, right? Best practices we see, we check as is to be solution we define here. Then in explore phase, we do the scope and configuration, right? Which we are doing in the realization phase earlier. Then in we configure, we check the scope and all those things we do here. Then in realize phase, we do the integration testing as standard, migration if needed, right? I am saying migration again, right? So I am using word migration, like if they want upgrade something that, so they can do, but we try to avoid it because it will take time, right? Of course, anything, any new added will take time, so we try to avoid, but activate methodology allow it, right? So And then when coming to deploy, which means onboard and deploy means like going to the production system, right? So see, you can see this cycle over here from development, quality, and production, like prepare, explore, realize, and deploy phases. We have a continuous life cycle of innovation, right? So any upgradation, all those things they need. Because I told you, right? SAP itself on premise every year they launch new solution, okay. And for cloud, every quarter they launch, right? So if there are some business is on cloud solution, they every quarter they can go for that, okay. And then they have run. So actually, I have more to explain here, right? But I think today we might not be able to cover in this session. So what about if I start tomorrow with this? All you guys okay?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, then we will start tomorrow. Okay, from
Okay.
here, Activate Methodology. Okay,
Okay.
everyone fine?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then see you tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
thank you guys. Thank you.